Que la que hay, mi gente? Here's your boy Master Cruz with eCruz Learning, where it's just that easy. And today we're going to talk about finding measurements of angles inside of triangles. So let's do that right here, right now, live. I have this triangle that actually it's divided into two different triangles. And as you can see, they want us to find the measurement of each angle numbered. So 1, 2, and 3. So how can we find these measurements? Well, the first thing to notice is that there is two different triangles in this figure. So I'm going to take one triangle at a time. Since the one on the left, right, the one on the left only has one unknown angle, I'm going to start with that one. That one is going to be easier to find. So the first rule for everything that you say that you do, it has to have a reason. So you need to know that the sum of all angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So if I look at the blue angle, the blue triangle, I can say that the measurement of angle 1 plus 36 degrees plus 60 degrees has to equal 180 degrees. That is a knowledge that I can know from knowing that all the angles inside of a triangle equals 180 degrees. And now I can use my algebra knowledge to solve for this, right? So 36 plus 60, that will equal 96, right? That will equal 96. So that means that the measurement of angle 1 plus 96 will equal 180. So this right here is the algebra part of the problem. So all you got to do here is subtract, right? We got to do inverse operations where we're going to subtract 96 on both sides. And if we subtract 96 on both sides, this will cancel. And that will give us that the measurement of angle 1 equals 180 minus 96. That's going to give us 84 degrees. Well, we just found out the measurement of angle 1, so I'm going to box that because that's one of the things that they want. They want the measurement of angle 1. So here you can see that the first step was to sum all the angles, and then you simplify and solve the equation. So we simplify by combining the 36 and the 90 into 96, and then we solve the equation and we get the measurement of angle 1. Well, we're not done. We need to find the measurement of angle 2 and angle 3. Well, hopefully you can see that angle 1 and angle 2 are connected on a straight line. That means that they form a linear pair. So from that knowledge, I can say, well, I can find the measurement of angle 2 because the measurement of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 has to equal 180 degrees. And we talked about this last time when we said that supplementary angles, okay, supplementary angles measure 180 degrees. They form a linear pair. They form a linear pair, okay? So that's the reason why I can say I can add them, and this together, these two together will equal 180 degrees because they form a linear pair. So I already know what angle 1 is. I just found out, right? So all I have to do is substitute. Instead of writing angle 1, I'm going to write 84. I don't need a degree sign. I'm just 84 plus the measurement of angle 2, which equals 180 degrees. I'm going to subtract 84 from both sides of the equal sign, correct? Because I am solving the equation. This will cancel. 84 minus 84 is 0. And that's going to give me that the measurement of angle 2 equals 180 minus 84, which actually equals 96. So this is the 96. And this is the answer for that. Very interesting. If you were to look real quick at this, the measurement of angle 2, and this is something that is going to come in handy later if you're able to see it. The measurement of angle 2 is always the sum of the opposite angles. So if you add these angles, it will always be this angle, which is the one that is not touching, right? You don't count the 1 because the 1 is right next to the 2. It's forming the linear pair. The other two angles outside on the other side, that's 36 and 60, it equals 2. But we'll talk about that a little bit more later because now we need to find angle 3. We found angle 1 and we found angle 2, but now we need to find angle 3. How can we find angle 3? Well, we could apply the same idea that we did with the blue one, but now we could do it. Let's call this the green one. So I'm going to make this in green. If I add all the angles, the measurement of all the angles should equal 180 degrees. But I just found out what angle 2 is. Angle 2 is 96 degrees. So if I were to add 96 plus 45 plus angle 3, that will equal 180. And that's exactly what we're going to do, right? So a 96 plus 45, okay, plus the measurement of angle 3, which we don't know what it is, that is going to equal 180. And the thinking here, or the reasoning for this, is the same reasoning as the reasoning in number 1 all the way up here. It's because that's the sum of all the angles inside of a triangle. Okay. So we can combine like terms. We're going to combine 96 with 45. And 96 plus 45 is 141. That is, so the measurement of angle 3 plus 141 has to equal 180. And then we solve the equation just like we did before, minus 141 minus 141. This cancels and we get that the measurement of angle 3 equals 39 degrees. So the measurement of angle 3 is 39 degrees. The measurement of angle 2 is 96 degrees. And the measurement of angle 81, it's 84 degrees. We've solved for all the angles in my triangle. So that will be the answer. Now let's move on to an example 2. What happens when you have an expression, not just numbers? So usually you may have an unknown, and in this case, the unknown is x. What do? Well, they want us to find x. They want us to find the measurement of angle W. So I'm actually going to mark that to make sure that we find the correct thing. This is the measurement of angle W. And then they say find the measurement of angle XYZ. Now, it will be a little bit hard sometimes to know which angle they're talking about. So I'm actually going to map this angle. You could do it in your head, but I'm going to do it with the pencil so you can mark the angle they're looking for. Because this X, it starts with X, I'm going to go to X. And then from X, I'm going to move to Y because that's the next point in the name. And then from Y, it's going to go to Z. So I'm going to go to the next point from Y to Z. And that's the angle that they want. They want this side of the angle. So they didn't say just Y, because if they just say Y, they could be talking about the angle on the right, which we just did in red, or the angle on the left, which is not marked and it's in black. We want to make sure that we know that it's X, Y, Z, so we're looking for that side. All right, so let's start. First of all, we need to find X. So how can we find X? Well, we don't know about anything about this one, but what we do know is the exterior angle theorem. The exterior angle theorem says that if I have a triangle, and this is going to be my triangle in green, and then I have an angle outside of that triangle, if I extend one of the lines, then the measurement of the two angles that are far away from angle 3, if I add them, that's going to give me angle 3. That's called the exterior. I'm going to write that down, the exterior angle theorem. So exterior angle theorem. Okay, so we're going to add them. And what this means is that in this particular case, right, I'm going to name it, the measurement of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 is going to equal the measurement of angle 3, which is outside. I'm not going to put the M, just the measurement of angle 3. So here we go. Let's actually substitute that into our equation. So let's do it. This is 5x plus 3. That's going to be the measurement of my angle 1, okay, plus the measurement of angle 2. In this case, it's going to be just 64. So 64 will equal the measurement of angle 3, which is 13x minus 5. So 13x minus 5. Now, given this, I can combine like terms and solve for the equation. So if I look on the left-hand side of the equal sign, it looks like 3 and 64 are like terms. So I can combine them, and I'm going to have that 5x plus 67, okay, plus 67 equals 13x minus 5, okay. And then from here, I'm going to move all the variables to one side and all the constants to the other. I'm just going to move all the variables to the right, so I end up with positive variables. I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides, subtract 5x from both sides, and this will cancel, and I'm going to get that 67 equals 13 minus 5 is 8, so 8x minus 5. Make sure that you combine the like terms, right? X's with x's and constants with constants. I'm trying to solve for x here, so I'm going to cancel the 5 first. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. You always cancel the number without the variable. Cancel the number without the variable. This cancels, and then 67 plus 5 is going to give us 72, and this equals 8x. And then the last step will be to divide both sides by 8. And this will cancel because 8 divided by 8 is 1. And you'll get that x equals 9. So because x equals 9, we just found out the first part of this problem, which was find x. Now we still need to find w, and we still need to find x, y, z. But it turns out that this is going to be very simple, because the measurement of angle W is this right here. And all we needed really was the x to substitute, right? So the measurement of angle W, I'm going to write this down here. The measurement of angle W equals 5x plus 3, okay? So I'm going to rewrite that. I'm going to rewrite that at the bottom because we need to find that. So the measurement of angle W is 5x plus 3, but we just found out what x is. So all we have to do is substitute in here, which allows us to say that the measurement of angle W, so the measurement of angle W equals 5 open parentheses plus 3. I'm going to, plus 3. I'm going to substitute that with 9. And then we simplify. 9 times 5, we follow order of operations. That will be 45, bring down the 3. And 45 plus 3 is just 48. So the measurement of angle W equals 48 degrees. And you guessed it, to find the measurement of 13x minus 5 is actually the same procedure. Oops, that's the wrong, there you go. That's the highlighter. 13x minus 5 is the same thing, right? So the measurement of angle X, Y, Z, it's going to be equal to 13x minus 5, which equals 13, but instead of x, we open a parentheses. And again, we said that x equals 9, so we're going to plug in 9 from here. That's where I'm getting it from. And then I have to multiply. So 13 times 9 minus 5, 13 times 9 is going to be 117 minus 5, and then 117 minus 5 is just 112. So the measurement of angle XYZ is going to be 112 degrees. And this is how you solve triangles for their angles. My name is Master Cruz, and if you need extra help, please visit virtualmathmasters.com/free class so that you could get your free session today. This is Master Cruz, and it's just that easy with eCruz Learning, where it's just that easy.